Welcome to Pour the Wine. It's Rom-Com Time, where we'll sip some wine and review all things rom-com on the Hallmark Channel. I'm Amy.
And guess what?
What?
I'm Garry.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Today, we're going to dive right in. We're reviewing Christmas at the Catnip Café. It originally aired on the Hallmark Channel on Sunday, November 30th, 2025. And you can find it streaming right now on Hallmark Plus.
Yes. And you can also hear us on all social media platforms, including Apple and Spotify. And if you want to watch our video, you can now catch it over on YouTube.
On the YouTube.
Yeah. And
you can also send us an email to pourthewineitsrom.bsky.social and let us know your thoughts on all things countdown to Christmas that have been going on. There has been a lot of content, or Christmas at the Catnip Cafe specifically. Shoot us an email. We would love to hear from you.
Yes, we would.
Yes, we would.
Busy Christmas.
Yes.
Season.
Yes, it has. Christmas season. Yeah. Not as busy as last year. Would they have like 40 some movies last year, I think?
Yeah, I can't believe there's no way. Woo, that's a lot.
I know.
It's a lot.
A little bit crazy. Yep.
Yeah. So, you want to tell us who is in this one?
Maybe I will.
Maybe. And while you're doing that, I'm going to take a sip.
Take a sippy sip. Erin Cahill plays Olivia. She's been in a ton of Hallmark productions, of course. We just saw her in this year's A Grand Ole Opry Christmas. And earlier in the year, she was in Journey to You. She's also so great in Holidays. She's in 2 of the Cherry Lane movies, The Christmas Quest, Autumn at Apple Hill. Of course, she's great in everything she does.
Yes, she is.
And she's also in A Timeless Christmas, and that is one of our favorite Christmas
really
movies.
Enjoyed that.
It's up there. Yep. That's really cool. It's a time travel one, and we love time travel, so pretty cool.
Sci-fi.
Yeah. Paul Campbell plays Ben. He, of course, is a fan favorite. He starred in more than 20 Hallmark movies. He was in this year's 3 Wisest Men. Last year, he was in 4, count them, 4 movies for Hallmark: The Santa Claus, 3 Wiser Men and a Boy, Falling Together, and The Cases of Mystery Lane, Death is Listening.
Ooh.
It's listening.
I hope not.
Frances Flanagan plays Esther. Frances is no stranger to Hallmark. She was in last year's A Reason for the Season and An Easter Bloom. A few of her other Hallmark films include A Maple Valley Christmas. They seem to be playing that one a lot lately. The 27-Hour Day, It Was Always You, and Time for You to Come Home for Christmas. Ian Collins plays Frank. Megan Young shows up as Meredith. Mila Morgan plays young Olivia. Jess Brown is Victoria, and William Carson plays Joshy.
Is that it for everybody?
That's it for everybody. Well, most everybody. Yeah.
All right. Well, Christmas at the Catnip Cafe was directed by Lucy Guess. Lucy has had a big past few years directing at Hallmark. In addition to Christmas at the Catnip Cafe, she directed this year's An Alpine Christmas and 2 of the 3 Providence Fall movies.
All of which we loved.
We love. I know some people out there didn't, but you know what? That's my type of movie. A few of her other directing credits include The Santa Claus, Christmas Under the Lights, Jingle Bell Run, and Sealed with a List, all of which we enjoyed watching.
I know. That's why we love her.
And
she brings us good stuff, right?
Yes, very good stuff. Good stuff. And here are the writers: Tracy Andres and Alana Valdez. Tracy's writing credits include this year's A Grand Ole Opry Christmas, A Keller Christmas Vacation, and Royalish. A few of the other credits include Holiday Crashers, The Magic of Lemon Drop, and 2 Tickets to Paradise. 2 Tickets to Paradise.
It's been a big year, though. A lot of those were this year, I think, or within the past few years, right? Yeah.
Very, very good, too.
Yeah.
Her very first Hallmark, believe it or not, was a writing credit, was Snow Bride in 2013.
That's awesome.
That's a long time ago.
That's awesome. Good for her.
Ilana also wrote 2021's A Very Merry Bridesmaid.
Aw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
cool.
it.
That's it
for that. So is it time to drop the synopsis?
Yes, I'm going to drop the synopsis.
Let's do it.
Olivia Pierce, a marketing executive, discovers her late great aunt's cafe in New York, which she believes will be a Christmas miracle. She helps plan fundraising events, gaining appreciation for the feline inhabitants.
The kitties.
The kitty cats.
Yes. And this is the part in our podcast where we tell you, if you have not seen this one, go ahead and pause our podcast, go watch the movie, come back and listen to our podcast, tell you what you think, or do it in reverse.
Yeah.
How about that? Listen to our podcast,
listen, then watch,
go watch
or
it.
Watch and then listen. Right?
Listen, then watch.
Either way works.
Yes. There you go.
All right. So let's get into what you thought. What did you think?
About again,
Christmas at the Catnip.
This is another of Hallmark movies that I was pleasantly surprised with.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
For some reason, and I'm not a big cats person, I prefer puppets, but I really enjoyed this one. I liked the concept of a cafe with cats.
Well, we have those, we have those.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And locally. Finding, the healing aspect through cats, same with dogs. And just the overall acting in this, I thought was very good.
Yeah.
What about you?
I agree with you. I think this year we have seen movies that have surprised us in good ways and in bad ways, right? And this is definitely a good way. I'm not sure really what I was expecting. I mean, I thought it would, we love Erin Cahill, and of course,
Paul Campbell.
Help me, Paul Campbell. Yes, I drew a blank for a minute. I just said his name, Paul Campbell. We love you. So we love both of them, and we've seen them in in lots of movies and things. But it's just like you said, the concept. I was kind of like, and it's not like we hate cats. I'm just not a huge cat person. But I did have a cat at one time. We do have kids who love cats, so we have had cats. But I really, really enjoyed it. I just thought it was fun and playful. And yeah, there were some serious moments, and can we just talk about the It's a Wonderful Life of it all for a minute?
My goodness.
There were so maybe that has my heart a little bit, because that is, of course, I know it's one of mine, one of yours, our all-time favorite holiday movies is It's a Wonderful Life. We have a tradition of watching that along with others, but that for sure, I cry every time I watch it. I'm, in my 50s, and I have seen it a lot.
Yes.
In my 50s, and I cry every time. I just love Jimmy. So there were so many references to that, but not exactly replicated, right? Like it's not that. So it was kind of referenced in some parts, and some parts were kind of similar. So I have to believe the writers, really enjoy It's a Wonderful Life. And if they don't, this is an awfully big coincidence, because there were lots of them throughout the movie. And maybe that kind of drew me in a little bit more too. But I just thought it was, I thought it was really well done. Yeah. I thought it was great. And I was pleasantly surprised. I didn't think I would hate it, but I enjoyed it much more than I thought that I would. And that's always nice.
And the opening of this with all the cats.
Yes, I just
thought it was so cute. And that reminded me of Christmas Vacation, where they were messing with the lights, and the cat in that particular movie was messing with the lights. Yeah. But thank God it wasn't the same outcome, but I just thought it was really cute.
Yeah, it was really just a fun way to open the film. And then, we see a shot of Olivia and her aunt, and it says like 30 years ago.
Right.
And I'm like, how was 1995 30 years ago? Can we talk about that for a minute too?
I know. I remember growing up thinking like the 20s and 40s were.
I know. When you say 30 years ago, I think like 1960. Like, what am I doing?
It's that brain.
No, it's 1995. It's definitely. Oh, that was a little bit, Yeah.
That was
I had to think about that and calculate that and think about how old I was at that time. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what was going on in my life then? So
it's pretty good.
Yep.
So You want to get into our favorite scenes?
Sure.
Okay, you start off.
You want me to
start? What was one of your favorite scenes?
One of my favorites is towards the very beginning where, are we going to talk about the meet cute?
Yes.
Did you want to talk about that first, or you want to talk about?
All right. You talk about the meet cute first.
Cute. Okay. So Olivia is walking down the street and she sees Ben through a window, and he's a vet, right? So she sees him and she's kind of like, isn't she like staring at him?
Yes.
And cause he's a good looking guy, right? So she's kind of caught in the moment. And then he looks up at her and she backs up into a tree, right? A guy carrying a Christmas tree.
Two guys carrying a tree.
Or two guys, yeah. So I thought that was cute and just kind of a fun, way for the meet. So it's sort of a meet cute. They see each other, but they don't actually meet. So I guess maybe that's not the meet cute. Maybe I'm talking myself out of this now. But it is the moment where their eyes kind of lock in, right? And then they end up, she's going to the Catnip Café because she has inherited it from her great aunt.
Yeah, and part of it, yeah.
Yeah, well, part of it, right. And she's going there to meet somebody, not knowing that it's Ben, right? And then, and that kind of leads into one of my favorite scenes is when, she meets him she's like, oh, I'm waiting for somebody. And he's like, yeah, I think I'm the person, and she kind of is like, oh.
And she's like, no, really, I'm waiting.
No, really. Yeah. And he's like, no, really. Yeah. And the writing was real good too, right? Yes. Like the banter between them a little bit. So they meet each other and they start talking, and she's really honest with him that she does not want the cafe. Right. She wants to sell it, and she just outright tells him, which I thought was very interesting, because I'm like, there are some people who are just, verbal diarrhea of the mouth. Like she's just met this guy and she's like, I'm buying this condo. I need the money for the down payment. I want to sell, but in a nice way. Right.
That was so funny.
Yeah. And then he's kind of like, oh, and he's kind of annoyed because he loves the Catnip Cafe. And she's like, oh, you're annoyed. And he's like, no, it's fine. And she goes, are you sure? It was so cute. I mean, it was just so cute, I thought. And then I think she says something like, we seem to be on the same page. And he says, well, what page would that be? Yeah. Because he doesn't want to sell and she does. I thought that was, so they end up at like an impasse, right? In that moment. Yeah. So that's one of my favorite scenes, when they not only meet, you have the literal meet cute then at that moment. And then they start a discussion about the cafe. So I like that. What about you? What's one of your favorite scenes?
Well, I was going to go off of what you were saying. The condo that she was going to purchase, you pointed out.
Oh, yes.
What was it that you noticed about it?
Well, you can say it.
This particular condo, we have seen that room in 2 or 3 other Hallmark
at least 2 movies that we know of, right?
Oh my goodness.
It was in Return to Office.
Yes.
And it was in
what was that other one? I remember.
It's Brennan Elliott and Lacey Chabert, where they're attorneys. His and Hers, maybe?
Yes, I think you're right.
I think it's called.
But I just thought it was so funny.
His and Hers.
Yeah.
Yeah, you notice it. Well, it's a very unique kitchen. Whenever they show the kitchen part of it, it's very unique. So I was like, and I'm sure it's probably been in other movies and we just don't remember or haven't, seen them yet. So
it's the island and that big
like arch. Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
And the refrigerator
on the one side. Yes. Yeah. We
you
recognize the set.
Yeah, you do. And you did. You pointed it out right away. And I was like, oh my God, it is.
Yeah.
Get that. Hey, way to reuse those props, right?
That's right.
My first favorite scene was, you mentioned it, is when she was walking on her way to the Catnip Cafe, and I think she dropped something. And when she went to pick it up, she noticed Ben through the glass, and he's a veterinarian. And that was his storefront. And she was just kind of, eyeing him, right? Giving him the eyeball. And I thought it was so funny. And then he just happened to look at her. And then, when you get caught in that moment looking at somebody, you're like, oh, I'm not looking at you. And then she backs up and those guys walk by with a tree and she goes right into
it.
and then when she kind of gathers herself and looks back through the window, he's got this little smile on his face.
He's kind of smirking a little bit. Yeah, it was really cute. It was
a good fun scene.
Yeah, I agree.
So what was one of yours?
Another one of mine was the puppet show.
Right.
Oh, right. So yes. Ben and Olivia they have a puppet show at the Catnip Café, and it's to bring people in. And is it one of the fundraisers?
Yeah.
And they only end up having like 4 people there or something, like it's a small crowd. And, Olivia really doesn't want to do it because, she's not really familiar with it. And it was just, the banter is really cute because Ben is, like, oh, I sent you the script. And she's like, 5 minutes ago, who sends a script for a puppet show? And it's just, and then when they actually do the puppet show, he's got a British accent.
Yes.
Right. And she's like, what? You have a British accent. And he's like, I watched a lot of BBC, documentaries. Yeah, and then she's very literal. And then she's like, and then his puppet asks her, like, what is your wish? And she's like, to not be here. And he's like, come on, these are in front of kids. And it just, the writing, the banter there was really cute and really fun, but not over the top.
Right.
And I just thought it really worked. And then, of course, when they're done with the puppet show, they both stand up and there's like one person left, right? So I thought that was really cute.
Yeah, that was a really good scene. Another one of mine was when Ben, he had gone over to Olivia's house to find the binder. It was our aunt's house that she was staying at. Yeah. And he was looking for the Christmas binder. And then she found it and she gave it to him and they were outside talking. And this is when he kind of made the deal. If over the next couple of days you don't think you're going to stay, then I'll sell my part of the business, so that you can sell your part. And he gave her the book and said, just go through it and then we'll talk tomorrow. So the next day they were going through the book and she's like, okay, we'll do this one, and this one. And he's like, oh, that's cute. We're actually going to do them all. And that was a thick binder.
It was a thick binder. And she says,
was like,
what? She goes, wait, what?
So that's
why I'm saying their reactions with one another were so good and so spot on.
It was a fun scene.
Yeah, I think I had that written down. That was probably like an honorary fave scene for me. Yeah, somewhere in my notes. Yeah, but I like that too because she was like, "What are you talking about?" And fun. I like that's why the writing was just so good because there wasn't a lot of like sarcasm, which is what we really like, but there were enough kind of thrown in there, right? Like when Olivia goes to his house and he has all this Christmas stuff, right? And she's basically like, it looks like Christmas threw up in here. She doesn't say it like that, but she's like, oh my gosh, you have a lot of, and it's not decorated yet. And he's like, now don't judge. And then she says, wow, she makes some comment and he goes, kind of sounds like you're judging. It's just, it was writing. It was quips like that I just loved throughout the movie. So
yeah, I agree with you.
Another favorite scene for me would be when Olivia and Ben are making a dish to take to his sister Meredith's house. Right. And they're I think they're in his kitchen, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was his.
Huh?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, I think they were in his kitchen. And they both talk about their parents and, it's just kind of not an emotional moment, but they kind of get to know each other.
Right.
And he tells her aunt talked a lot about her and she's surprised to hear that. And, she's also throughout the film trying to figure out why her aunt left her the Catnip Café. Right. And then throughout the film, she's having these memories. So it was probably, it was cool because she's like, I don't know why she left it. And he's like, maybe it's as simple as she loved you, and it is like, sometimes it is the simplest things. Right. And I love that Hallmark actually, part of this story was that both sets of their parents were alive.
Right.
They just weren't there. Because a lot of times it's like my mom died or, when I was, 5 or whatever. And, and he'd be like, or someone would be like, oh, my parents left, my dad left, in the middle of the night, never get. But I just like that they both talked about their appearance and what they were like, and they're still alive and they still have a good relationship with them, right? So
I agree.
Or I think he did, right? Didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
And so another one of mine, well, my last one was when, and this is where the reference to like It's a Wonderful Life, and it was one of them. But I'm going to go ahead and talk about the one where Ben talks about his dog, George Bailey.
Oh, yes.
Crossing over the Rainbow Bridge.
Oh, was it a dog or a cat?
It was a dog.
It was a dog. Okay. Yeah.
His dog, George Bailey, crossing over the Rainbow Bridge.
I know.
That tore at my heart.
I know.
Started tearing up.
I know. And as soon as he said George Bailey, we both looked at each other. We're like, oh.
And they've been doing it a lot this Christmas season. There's a lot of these movies that we've seen this in, these references. But then that leads me into when he was talking about going to Brussels, right?
Oh, yeah.
And something just always came up and he couldn't go. And that kind of reminded me of This Is a Wonderful Life, because George Bailey he was always on the verge of going somewhere when something happened, and then he had to stay and help, and not really being upset about having to stay because he was just a good person.
Right.
But, and I just thought that particular scene reminded me of that.
Yeah, of that movie. I that's one I didn't write down, but you're right. You're exactly right.
And then to finish off that part, he's gone to the restaurant to decorate it by himself.
Yes, I have this one. This is my last favorite scene. Yes.
Okay. Well,
no,
I'll
go
let
ahead.
you.
No, you do it.
And then
you do it.
All of a sudden, Olivia comes in, and she's the first one in, and all of a sudden, everybody else from the community starts coming in to help him decorate for the for the party. That was so good.
Well, she's like bringing all the townspeople in, right? Like his family and people he's helped, and it is definitely an It's a Wonderful Life moment for sure.
100%,
right?
Yeah. So
I agree.
Did you have any more, or?
That was what you just mentioned about he's decorating for their final fundraising party, right? And all the brother-in-law comes in and he says, you've always been there for us. Now it's time for, for us to be there for you. And they walk in with boxes, and it's just so reminiscent of It's a Wonderful Life when they all come in with the money to help George, and Anna says that Olivia called them because he would never ask for help himself.
Right.
Again, the whole scene and things that they said. The only other things I would mention is that there were so many. Gosh, excuse me. Need to take a sip?
Take a sip. I've taken quite a few.
I don't know what. Huh?
I said I've taken quite a few.
My eyes are watering, not because I'm crying, because I'm so emotional, but. So I just want to talk about It's a Wonderful Life moments. We've talked about a few of them, but in the beginning, we see Ben right away. Someone can't afford to come back. They've brought their pet to him, and he's like, "Oh, we'll see you in a month." And she's kind of like, "Well, the holidays," and she's kind of, she doesn't really want to say she can't afford it.
Right.
And he goes, "Don't worry, the next visit is free."
I
mean, hello.
Yeah.
It's obviously,
And then she's like, "I'll bring you some cookies."
Right. Well, and then his sister's like, we can't pay the bills with cookies, not to the woman, but to her brother, right. So right. I thought that was so cool. You mentioned George Bailey, the dog that passed away. Yeah. The fact that he knows all of the townspeople.
I know.
Right. And then they come in so and that's, good. Yep. The restaurant scene where everybody comes to help.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And then there's towards the end. So Olivia has found a man who's like he wants to buy the Catnip Café. He's like an investor or whatever. Right. He buys what businesses or buildings or whatever.
Right.
And he's at the Catnip Café and he's ready for signatures, and Ben has signed it, but Olivia hasn't signed it. She comes back in. She decides she does not want to sell it. and he rips up the contract, even though
Yes.
Ben has signed it. And, you know, the bank examiner in It's a Wonderful Life rips up the bank note or the warrant for, you know, George Bailey's arrest or whatever. So I just thought, or maybe it's the bank note, but anyway, I just thought that was really cool, you know, in that moment. And then I really liked that they made, this is a sidebar, that they made the investor guy a nice guy. He's like, if you don't want to sell it, I don't want to buy it. Like, I'm not going to force you just because you signed it. You changed your mind. We're good. And then he adopts a cat, right?
Yeah. So, yeah. He was like, I'm not here for a fight. I was just here for signatures. And if you don't want to, that was a really, that cat almost looked just like him.
I know. Well, not really. No, you don't. No, you mean that in a good way, like
in a good way. You know how your pets start to look like you after a while. So people say, but yeah. But that was a cute scene too.
Yep. But
I was just waiting for everybody to break out and, you know, may
Auld Lang Syne. Yeah.
So you have any more? Right. Or was that it?
No. That'll wrap it up for me. What about you?
That's it for me.
That's it for you. All right, let's talk about cheers. What's your biggest cheer?
The fact that Ben was a man of his word.
Yeah.
You know, he said, if you're not happy and you still want to leave after this, you know, after we finish the Christmas party, then I'll sign off on it. And he did.
Mm-hmm. So, and he didn't try to convince her otherwise. I mean, there was a little bit of, you know, I'm falling for you. I thought you were falling for me.
Right.
You know, there was a little bit of that, but he didn't push her. He didn't try to, you know, he wasn't mad at her. He was disappointed.
Yeah.
But he wasn't mad. And he's like, no, it is what it is. You live there. I live here. And so, yeah, it was really good. It was really well done and a lot more realistic, you know. Right. Because sometimes things just don't work out. Although, spoiler alert, they end up working out. It's a Hallmark movie, but you know.
What was one of your cheers?
My cheers would just be overall. I thought it was cute and playful and fun. And I loved that it wasn't over the top cheesy.
Right.
You know, could have been, there could have been moments where they took things too far. But I thought it was really just overall well done. And, you know, like we said earlier, I like that we were pleasantly surprised at how good it was, you know?
I was really surprised.
These movies that air on Sundays, you know, you got to think Saturday night's the popular spot and Sunday is a good spot, but they've turned out to be pretty good, you know, a lot of them. So, so I was pleasantly surprised and I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. That's my biggest cheer.
So I have one more cheer.
Okay, one more cheer.
And that was the fact that Kimberly Sested made a cameo again.
Oh, yes. We didn't talk about that. You're so right. And not only did she make a cameo.
She talked about, oh, you know, you should get you a fireman and have him at home and a cat at home. And that's so funny because she was referencing, you know, the movie The 9 Kittens of Christmas.
Right. Or is it The 9 Lives of Christmas? Is it both?
It's probably both.
Yeah.
I just thought it was funny that she referenced them. You know, you should get you a fireman.
Yep, that's
so that was one of my cheers.
That was really good.
Yeah. So
I agree. That was really cute, and I wasn't expecting it. That's what I liked about it too. I wasn't expecting it.
That is true.
Yeah.
Do you have any more cheers?
No, that's it. I talked about the It's a Wonderful Life of it all. That would be a huge cheer for me.
Oh, big time.
So, yeah.
All right. What about jeers?
I don't have any.
Me either.
Did you have it? I don't have anything that I just was like, they could have done without that, or, you know.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Well, let's jump into Tinsel Top moment. When was yours? Or what was yours?
The Tinsel Top moment for me would probably be when they were making the appetizer to take, and they sort of had that moment,
right?
Ben and Olivia in Ben's house where they're in the kitchen and they're making stuff and they're talking about their parents and their lives and, you know, kind of what they want. And, you know, you kind of realize that Ben, you know, and I don't know if it's in that moment or not, but Ben has felt like he's been left behind. Like all of his friends have moved on. That's another It's a Wonderful Life moment, right? Because all of George Bailey's friends have gone to college. Now Ben obviously has gone to, he's a vet, right? So he's moved, he's done some things, but he's not married. He doesn't have kids yet. And, you know, his sister's on her third baby. And so he feels a certain way. But I liked that moment of them in the kitchen. Like I said, I don't know if they talked about that particular part in that kitchen scene, but I liked that when they were making something, it was just kind of fun and just sort of an intimate moment. So that would be a tinsel top moment for me.
That was a good.
And then she talked about her parents, right? And how they travel. They're like nomads, really, and they're always like on the go. And
there was really no home,
right?
Where the heart was. So,
what about you? Tinsel top moment.
Joshy gets adopted.
Oh yes, we didn't even talk about that. Yes, because another story within the story, right?
Yeah. Joshy, Molly, I think she was the one that adopts him in the end, but they were always at the cafe because they were, I guess, in transition with adopting him, and they would always bring him to the cafe, and he was just, in love with one of the cats.
Yeah.
It kind of reminded me of Sylvester, but
Sylvester,
the cat from
like the Warner Brothers,
like Tom and Jerry.
Oh yeah, yeah, Sylvester.
And he was just drawn to that particular cat, and in the end, they both get adopted.
Yeah, it was so cute. You're tearing up. Look at you. You're all
I'm
tearing
not tearing up. I have something in my eye.
In your eye, yeah.
The wind just blew something in my eye.
It was really sweet, and animals are healing.
Yeah,
for people, and they do calm people down. Yeah. People like to have them around. They can elevate your mood, and for him, it was somebody that he connected with. Right? It was an animal that he connected with, not someone. But you're right. And then when he got adopted, so did the cat. Yeah. I forget that cat's name, but
yeah, God, what was the cat's name? They mentioned him, and it wasn't like Snowball or anything like that, but I can't remember.
Yeah.
And then one more side piece is the cat side Christmas or the cat.
It just sounded the way you said that. One more side piece.
The cat Christmas tree, where the cats kind of laid down.
Oh yeah.
To a Christmas tree. I thought that was kind of cute.
Little nooks for them to go in and lay down, but it was in the shape of a tree. Yeah, that was pretty cute.
I thought that was pretty cute. Pretty cute. Out of 5 ornaments, how many would you hang?
I would hang 4.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. We really did enjoy watching it. It's a great, holiday movie. I would encourage everyone to watch it at least once. I don't think you'll be disappointed. I hope you won't anyway.
No, neither do I. Well, is that a wrap?
That is a wrap.
Well, we'd like to thank you for listening, and also thank you now for watching.
Yep. Thanks for watching or listening or both.
Yeah. There you go.
Follow us wherever you get your podcasts and on social media so you don't miss a thing. Until next time.
Cheers.